Hi guys, Brian from oldcamreview.blogspot.com. I've got a very special review for you today. This is a pretty rare camera. This is the very special Rollei 35WQZ. It's a limited edition camera. It was made in the 90s, late 90s, and it is a premium camera. This is a beautiful camera. Very expensive when new. It was about $2,500 back in the 90s. It sort of was the equivalent of that time of, I would say, the Leica M9. Just exquisitely put together, made for a luxury market. Gorgeous camera, beautiful lens. I shot this camera this weekend and just got some spectacular sharp photos out of this. My subject matter was not great. I was only doing test shots, but wow, they came out sharp and they came out gorgeous. So I'm going to give you a little walkthrough of this camera here. Very special camera, provided by Newtonville Camera in Newton, Massachusetts, and I'll leave some links to that. So if you're interested in this camera, you can give them a call. But yeah, I'll go through the camera a little bit. It's a 35mm zoom camera that can either be full auto or full manual, and you can do anything you want with this camera. This lens cap here is kind of cool. It doesn't hang on very well, so I don't recommend taking it out with you when you're shooting with the camera, but if you wanted to throw it in your bag, it also acts as a remote shutter release, an infrared remote shutter release, which is pretty neat. It doesn't hold on that strongly to the camera. I would be a little bit leery to bring it out, and I don't think you can buy any replacements for this. But yeah, this is a very cool camera. It's got a beautiful lens. The lens on it is just spectacular. It's the Rollei Phototechnik Germany S Vario Apagon 2.8 to 5.6 28 to 60 zoom lens, which they're with their HFT coating on it. And man, this lens is sharp. I gotta say, this lens is really sharp. And at 2.8, it's fast enough. It is a hefty camera. It's a big camera. I have big hands, and this camera feels substantial. It's got this great grip on it, which is it just settles right into my hand and feels just perfect. The body is made out of titanium. It really is just a solidly built precision camera. It's amazing, I have to admit. Again, like I said, you can go full manual on this camera. Oh, by the way, it was designed by Porsche. So if you can't afford the car, maybe you can afford the camera. So designed by F.A. Porsche. So Porsche designed camera, so it's got some really beautiful looks to it. Very unusual looking camera. There is no hot shoe, but the camera comes with an external flash, and it's like a big old style Graflex flash gun. So you can attach that to the camera. I'll show you that in a minute. But anyway, so there is no hot shoe on the camera. So if you're looking for that, that's not going to happen. Yeah, this camera has, again, like I said, a lot of manual features. You can put it in full auto mode and just basically put everything on A, including your aperture. So aperture is on the lens barrel, and you can put that to A, and that's going to be your auto aperture. Auto shutter speed. Shutter speed is here on this dial, and your focusing distance is here as well, so you can preset your focus if you want. But you can change any of those if you want. And if you wanted to go into shutter priority, it goes up to 1/8,000th of a second, so that's pretty fast. So you're not going to have any issues with that. It goes all the way down to 2 seconds to 8 seconds, 16 seconds in bulb, and then you can put it right into auto mode again. And then these buttons pop up and down, which is kind of cool. They do pop up fairly easily, so if you happen to be messing around with the camera here and you take a picture and you kind of press all the way down, the button may pop up, but that's not really a big deal. But the buttons turn nicely and precisely, and they have a nice click to them, and it is very nice. So again, aperture priority, and then you can set your focus to either auto, or you can pre-select it. You can go straight to infinity or just at anywhere in between, and they are full turn buttons, so they can go all the way around, and then you can go back to your preset settings. So it doesn't matter which way you turn it. You're not going to run into a stop, so you can just, they kind of turn infinitely. Shutter button is right here. The display on the back does have a illumination. Yeah, it turns blue. It lights up blue, which is just really pretty. So you know, it's great looking. It's a lot of information on the display. Most of the display is actually replicated in the viewfinder. The viewfinder is, it's smallish, but it's definitely usable. You can certainly compose a picture with it, and it has a beautiful diopter adjustment here. So if you wear glasses, this is easily adjustable with the knob here on the side. Power switch right here. This is a battery-powered camera, and you're not shooting this if the battery dies. Let me tell you that. So yeah, this is full automation here and fully battery-powered camera. Different modes here available. So you have like the remote mode, you have continuous mode, and you have double exposure mode, and pretty much anywhere in between there. Your drive here is you can set preset ISO. You can set the film leader to stop leaving the film leader out. There's a ton of settings on this camera, and the manual is pretty thick, so you need to spend some time going through it to learn all the functions and all the settings. Zoom button here on the side, tele and wide. So tele, you can hear the camera is not super quiet. In any case, like I said, I shot this camera this weekend, and it is definitely noisier, certainly than my M6, and certainly a lot noisier than my Hexar AF. But it is a great camera. And just the picture quality is amazing. Again, if you're outside, if you're on a city street, nobody's going to really notice the noise. But again, the shutter is, it makes a little noise. It's fun though. Solid construction. It does have the data back again, which I can't stand. I mentioned that in pretty much every video. The inside of the camera, very nice auto-loading film. You just kind of run the film across, put it in, close up the camera, and it'll load up for you. I got 26 exposures out of a 24 exposure roll, so it's fairly efficient with the film, which is nice. Again, solid titanium. It is a chunky camera though. It's not light, but you know, it does feel solid in the hand, and this is a great kind of go anywhere camera. You can bring it with you. Again, though, you know, the premium quality is found throughout the camera. Again, we're going to sort of go through some of the features of the camera, and one of them was this flash. And this flash, again, is like an old style flash. It plugs in via a small cable into the bottom of the camera here. See if I can get that. I'm all thumbs. Here we go. And then this screws into the side of the camera here, and that needs to be lined up perfectly. And then once you get that screwed in, there's a nice rubber bushing in there which protects the finish of the camera, and it just kind of locks down. And it really is pretty solid. I mean, I wouldn't walk around all day holding it by the flash, but if you had to take your hand off for a second, I suppose you could do it. But it is you can do it as a full auto flash, or you could set the flash manually, and it does have this rotating head here, so you're pretty much guaranteed of not having any red eye with this camera. This flash is so off the axis of the lens, you're not going to get any red eye with this camera. I think you're pretty safe with that. But you know what, frankly, if you don't need flash, and you know, again, using some higher speed film, especially with films like the Portra 400 or something like that, flash isn't going to really be an issue. So me personally, I wouldn't use the flash much. I'd probably just leave it home and take the camera and just use it as is. But it really is beautiful. It feels nice, handles well. Again, the only criticisms I have of this camera are the noise, and so it's a little noisy, but you know, I'm certainly willing to put up with that for the quality of the pictures you get in this camera. Yeah, it's just all in all very nice. Oh, on the bottom of the camera here is battery, the battery door, and then you have the manual rewind button in case you needed to rewind your film. And again, there was an option to leave the leader out, so in case you're shooting partially through a roll of film, you need to change film for whatever reason, you can leave the leader out and put it back into the camera. And I think if you advanced a few frames, you could still load the film back in the camera by covering the lens and all that stuff, and just shooting through to that point. So anyway, very nice camera. I can't say enough about this camera. I really, really like it. I'm trying to figure out if I can afford it, but anyway, love this camera. Thanks to Newtonville Camera for lending it to me and letting me take it out and test drive it a little bit. I love it. So yeah, if you can find one, and there's not much information out there on the web. There's virtually nothing to find out. They made them in such few numbers, and it's such a rare camera. If you can find one and you can afford it, I would highly recommend grabbing it, especially if you're any kind of a collector and you just really like sharp photos. Again, Rollei product. I don't believe it was made actually by Rollei. I think it was made by Samsung, is something I read somewhere, that it was actually made by Samsung, but to Rollei specifications. And again, the lens is in fact a Rollei spec lens, so it's not just generic glass. It really is good glass, and wow, what great pictures. So yeah, the Rollei 35WQZ zoom. I should also tell you, it's a 30 to 6. What is it? 28 to 60. 28 to 60, so it's perfect street range. Yeah, 28 millimeter wide, 60 zoom in. Really nice. There is a tele version. I don't actually recall what the zoom is on that, but there was one of two versions of this camera, the tele and the wide. I personally, for street work, prefer the wide. So yeah, wow, cool stuff. Anyway, definite conversation piece. You don't see too many of them around. If you can find one, like I said, grab one. Anyway, that's it. BrianOldCamReview.blogspot.com. Requests, information, whatever, let me know. That's it. Thanks, guys. Take care.